So now let's take a look at some of the operators that we had covered in the slides. Well, let's look at some simple cases first. We'll create a number and set its value to 3. And you can see here that we have actually used an assignment operator. This equal assigns the number. We've already seen some usages of the math operator. We can assign our number to 3 plus 2, which would be 5. We could assign our number to 5 minus 1. We can do multiplication, division. So the basic math operators. We can also take our number and do plus plus, which would increase that number. So if we were to look at what that would do here, I'll go ahead and print out what our number is after we've done the plus plus. You should see that it is now 4. So that's all that the increment operator does, and we could also have used the decrement operator as well. We've already seen the assignment operator, but let's take a look at how one of the more complicated assignment operators works. So for example, we can do number plus equal 2. And what this is going to do is it's going to be the same thing as if we had typed number plus or equals number plus 2. What's going to happen is it's going to take our number and it's going to add 2 to it. It's basically like an increment operator, except that we're specifying what to add to it. So if we run this now, we should see that our number was 3, it added 2, so it'll be 5. And the same thing works for multiplication, division, subtraction. So now let's take a look at some of the relational operators. And what we can do here is, in Java, we can print out the value of a Boolean. So I'm going to create a Boolean called value, and we're going to set this to true. And then I'm going to print out the value of this Boolean. I'm going to print value. Let's see what we get here. We get the word true because it's true. So this allows us to test some equality operators. We can check to see if numbers are equal or not. We can do this right inside of our print line. So let's take a look at, if I do 3 is greater than 2. Is this true or false? It is true. We can do the same thing here. 3 is less than 2. That will be false. And then of course we could change this to greater than or equal to. And if we put a 3 here, then this is going to be true. Less than or equal to, we can see if 3 is equal to 3, which is true, or 3 is not equal to 3. And you can see that that is false. And this really isn't going to be very applicable to right now until we actually get into conditionals. But if you can imagine, we're going to get to a place where we're going to want to do something if some variable is greater than another one, or equal to another one, or less than another one. And that's where these operators will really come in handy. And we can test out the same thing with the logical operators in the same way. So we can check to see if we said true and true, what will this equal? Well, this should be true. And if we said true and false, since one of these is false, the result is going to be false. They both have to be true in order for it to be true. And we can try the OR operator. Now if we said true or false, if either one is true, it'll be true. So we have true. And if they're false or false, since both are false, we're going to get false. And the not operator just does the opposite. So if we had a false and we put a not in front of it, we'll get true. And if we have a true and put a not in front of it, we're going to get false. And we could put a not in front of that, so it's not true, which would be true.